signs. The sun, moon, and stars. Back on Stellarium, we're going to break down each of the signs that are associated with this solar eclipse and the Great Conjunction. There are multiple other signs that are going down at the exact same time, and we need to be able to put all of these together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down each one independently in a short video, and then we're going to look at them all together in a separate video. So here we go. Let's dig deeper. First thing, we're in Scorpio. (12, 18, 2020 at the 0 hour. This is based on Pacific Coast time. You would have to adjust to Jerusalem time. This is Pacific time. What I'm looking at here is a period of time where Venus transitions out of the constellation of Libra. And as we've seen in past videos, Libra, as the planets, the sun and the moon transition through, this area can be looked at as the altar and the temple. And as the altar and the temple, if Venus is coming out of the temple and entering into Scorpio, we can consider this a tribulation. And Venus being in Scorpio for, let's actually do the work and go over the days. Okay, here we are on the midnight hour, Pacific time, 12/18/2020, Venus aligning with the star Akrab. And for those of you who do not know, this is a very important alignment when this happens. It is a harvest window. Right in this area is a harvest window for the signs. That doesn't necessarily mean that this is where the harvest happens, but this is our window for the sign. And we need to be able to look at all the other signs that are associated when we're looking at a planet or the moon or the sun in this position. So, what I did is I went and did a little bit of homework, and I counted out the time that we were in this constellation. So let's see if we can do this work and find exactly how long Venus is going to be in this constellation. So here we are. We see the line here where Venus is transitioning. Let's go ahead and go back. You can see how Venus on the 17th at midnight has, sorry, might take a minute for us to do it. This scrolled in. Being able to see the constellation lines. Forgive me. Let's look at this and see if we can hold it here. I don't think it's going to work for us this focused in, so let's go ahead and scroll back. We're going to have to do this from a scrolled back position. Here we are, Venus on the 17th. Maybe I can focus in on Acrab. It's not going to show me when it crosses the line. Forgive me, family. The tools that you have to work with on the web version are different than the other version, and I do not have enough space on my computer to run the other version. So we're going to work with what we have, and we're going to see this transition of Venus, and I believe it's around noon that Venus comes in. We're getting close there. Yeah, so it's around noon on the 17th. So now let's go forward. There's one full day. There's 2 full days. There's 3 full days. And it looks like it's a full 4-day period where Venus is in Scorpio. And I believe that this is a tribulation period. Not that I'm saying that the tribulation is only going to be 4 days. What I get from this is that there is a large part of the body of Messiah that believes that we are going to escape at any given second because of the eclipse that's about to transpire. And for those who have watched my videos on the wedding betrothal, the end of the betrothal period is the eclipse. But I believe it's vital as a Mazzaroth watchman to look at the remainder of the signs that are associated or in the area that are part of the story. And all of these bodies are part of the story. So we're going to dig a little deeper to see what these celestial bodies are telling us. So what I see is Venus, excuse me, being the dual. This can be taken in 2 different ways. Venus is a dual sign. It can be seen as Messiah, and it can also be seen as the bride, or the body of Messiah, which is the bride. So we have the possibility that the Messiah is being challenged for 4 days, and this can be looked at as us because we're the body of Messiah. And I took this as that if we do not have the escape period happen on the 14th or 15th, that many in the body of Messiah are going to feel very let down, and they're going to go through a period of depression and anxiety, and that doesn't need to happen if we understand the remainder of the signs. So let's look at these signs and understand them in a whole way of looking at things, because there are pieces and then there is the whole. So we're going to break these down into pieces. We all know about the eclipse. We all know that it's happening in the Hoopah. We all know that a week later we have the Great Conjunction in the constellation of Capricorn. And now we are seeing Venus for 4 days in Scorpio. So I believe that Venus transitioning on the 21st, in the middle of the day here, which would be the end of the day in Israel, we see Venus transitioning into the Hoopah and out of the constellation of Scorpio, which can be looked at as trouble or strife. It can be looked at as the enemy trying to steal our crown. It can be looked at as a challenge. It can be looked at as an attack. Many different things. We have a 4-day period where Venus is transitioning through this period. And the bride needs to stay strong to make it into the Hoopah,